for uh, over a year now. And it's just a lot accumulating into one date. And we're super excited to see how people react to the product and see what people can create and to prove our mission statement even more, which is to make influence accessible to all people.
Hey everyone, it's Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. And for anyone who doesn't know what OSSA.AI is, you can actually just go ahead and click that top pinned tweet to the spaces. But if you are new, essentially what we have done is we have created a tool for both aspiring creators and existing creators. Myself here, a little bit of background on me. I have around 7 million followers, maybe a little bit more, across all my social media platforms. Those followers have been garnered through short form content. So that is my thing. I'm not a long form guy, so a lot of people ask. It's all from short form content. That's what I've been doing for the past half decade. Over 4 billion plus short form views. And essentially what we've done is we've taken my understanding of what makes a video perform and deployed that into code, because a thing that we always say is that videos that come off of the platform are optimized and engineered for engagement. And what does that mean? Essentially what that means is by plugging into OSSA.AI and by using it as a tool, because it doesn't do everything for you, and that's not by mistake, by you bringing your own script, writing your unique custom script, as you can see in that video, um, by setting your custom parameters, you're essentially able to plug into my brain as if I was sitting right next to you and saying, no, put that transition right there, put those captions right there. No, that's the right image. So essentially that's what's been done is OSSA.AI is a tool that allows individuals with all experience levels to realize their creativity, because what we're not is we're not prompt to video, because we talked about this in the last space, but having my background and understanding of what's in the best interest of a user, aka someone who's trying to grow on social media, there's just certain things that don't work with AI, and we've seen this time and time again. And a lot of individuals have been disappointed by the tools that they've used in the past that just do not work. The videos don't perform, right? Who cares how fast it is? Or, for example, who cares how fast AI can write my newsletter if it sucks? Who cares how fast AI can, how much time it can save me if the output is just kind of not good. And for social media, who cares how fast the video is created if it doesn't perform? If the whole goal of creating a video on any platform is to post it to social media, yeah, maybe it takes you a few minutes and it saves you time, but if that video is not performing, why would you use that? And we really looked at this problem from a holistic perspective, because earlier on in this year we had 25,000 members in a Discord that we built, and we saw in real time all the struggles that creators had. One of the big ones being people don't want to show their face. So we saw really early on that AI was obviously going to become adopted by the masses, and we wanted to really pioneer that charge of providing people with the tool that allows them to realize their creativity and doesn't hold them to this rigid framework of this is the only type of content you can do, or just put your prompt in and do nothing else. I don't really think anyone wants that. And that's what I've noticed, is that people really are enjoying the platform right now. Our beta testers, we've garnered, I believe, 1.2 to 1.3 million views across, 10 to 15 people. Most of those people not having any experience on social media, let alone zero of them ever creating faceless content. We've just noticed that people enjoy being able to have creative inputs. They enjoy being able to write their own script and think about their script, right? And take the time to actually copyright, because that is what determines the output of a short form video using OSSA.AI. Nobody wants to do prompt to video because you relinquish all of the control that you have over the actual video and how you're supposed to create a brand. I was talking to an ex-influencer about this. Essentially, the best comparison I can make is, let's say that you are an ex-influencer and you want to create a thread. You're not going to go to ChatGPT and say, write my thread, and then copy and paste it and put it on your platform. You might say, I need, give me a few ideas, or you might use it to leverage it to help you essentially be more creative. And that's the same thing with OSSA.AI. It's not prompt to video, because the output in prompt to video, you relinquish control. So the thing with OSSA.AI is that you have full control over that output in terms of how you write that script. And the more that you use the platform, the better you're going to get at creating videos, but also the better you're going to get at copywriting and script writing. I think, that just speaks to what we're trying to do here. Is we're not trying to replace anyone. We're simply just trying to supplement, human creativity. Because I think that we've gone over this threshold of, over the past year, of people leaning into AI too much and relying on it, and it starts to dilute the quality of content. And we're taking the absolute opposite approach of a lot of these companies that are even worth a couple $100 million that, in my opinion, are just diluting human creativity. It's just like making content worse, and that's not our goal. Our goal is to supplement your guys' creativity. So that's kind of a little bit of background on me, a little bit of background on why we've taken this approach of doing script to video versus prompt to video. And some of the success of the beta testers have been absolutely crazy. Brennan?
Yeah, for sure. And I would just add to that, one of our primary focuses is one, providing value to the community and making sure everybody has the tools and resources that they're going to need in order to succeed on social media. And two, ensuring that the product is the best version of the product possible when we go to market, the best version that we can put out at that time. And so all of our focus and energy is going into Cole's creating all sorts of resources based on his experience in social media. I mean, we put out some of those resources yesterday, and it's at like 25,000 impressions on X. So people are eating that up, and we love to see that. But we're going to continue to put out really valuable content for free to the community, so people can learn whether they use OSSA.AI or they don't use OSSA.AI. People can still learn the ins and outs. And then on the product side, all of our focus on the product, as of right now, features wise, and just all of the development resources that are going into the product are to make sure that the output of video generations are more optimized and engineered for engagement. Everything we add is to increase the engagement level and to increase how high quality the outputted videos are. So that's our primary focus. And right now we're already in a really good spot as far as people with very little experience being able to come in, write their first script, put the video up, and get a good amount of views. But to put some clarity on what I mean by adding features that are going to increase that, at early access, we're going to have a video pacing feature, which allows people to pick the pacing of the video. So do you want the video to be faster paced or slower paced, depending on the emotions you're trying to convey? And this really leads into Cole's viral sound write up that he did yesterday, and we put out yesterday or the day before, and it goes through how conveying emotions are really, really important when it comes down to sounds, and the same thing for the pace of your video. So we have a lot of other really cool features in the holster that we're ready to fire off onto the community for early access. So yeah, really looking forward to February 1st.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see we have a beta tester here. Maybe we'll bring him up. Let me invite him up. It's Chase, Mr. Invented Insanity. I believe he just crossed over 200,000 views on his YouTube channel alone, using OSSA.AI. So we'll see if we can get him up here and see if he has any words. No, but I think you covered pretty much everything. We like to come on here, update you guys, give you a quick overview of what's going on. Obviously, we're going to early access in it's been absolutely crazy. But yeah, what's up, Chase?
What's up, man?
How's it going, bro?
It's going pretty good.
So, Chase, obviously you're a beta tester. We have a pretty big group here this morning. I kind of wanted to take us back to when you first started using OSSA.AI, like the very beginning, or actually even before that. Leading into the beta. What were your initial thoughts when we started to, we had a much smaller community and we started to, talk about what OSSA.AI was? What were your original thoughts, those first stage calls?
Right away when I first got my eyes on the product and started to learn about it, I just kind of thought it was impossible to think of right away. I personally never thought it was a thing that could have been achievable, but you guys especially have proved that it's possible, and it's just been amazing ever since.
Yeah, and what would you say from your perspective is the thing that's like most valuable to you? Because I know you've created content before. Obviously, you've had some decent success. I remember back in the old server. So
Yeah.
compare. You have like a unique perspective comparing. Maybe other content you used to make, and, or that you're still making, and then this type of content. What would you say is like the main things that you like the most compared to maybe another way that you used to do content?
I can definitely say the efficiency isn't even close when it comes to using OSSA compared to editing a video, recording the content. The time it takes to get a video made and posted is just beyond remarkable to what it would take to actually make your own video, even if you personally edited it yourself or even paid someone to edit it. It's just having OSSA just takes all of that out of the game. All you need to do, is just put in the script and it makes the video for you.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. And then one thing, that's always been important to us, Chase, and I'm sure you know this because we're always chatting. And a side note, bro, I'm working on the captions framework, and I use your account as an example. So it's really cool. It's gonna be
Oh, cool.
it's gonna be awesome, bro. I have so many cool things to talk to you about. But
All right.
regardless of that, one thing that has kind of been asked here and there, and it's something I'm not even worried about because from my understanding, everyone's been really happy. But a lot of people have been like, well, what if I want to change an image, or what if it's just not what I wanted, right?
Mhm.
Would like, and this is, the reason I bring this up is because like we're not trying to hide anything, right? And this has been asked a few times, but not a lot. But I wanted to hear from you. The most important thing for us is instead of trying to have a lot of post processing, we're more focused on making that output so good so that people really don't have that thought. So from your perspective, how many times, in general, have you created a video and then like just not been happy with the output, versus how many times have you made a video and been like, I probably wouldn't even thought of that, or this is better than what I could have maybe made?
I would honestly just say the only issues I've really had, I think I've had two issues where one, the voice I selected sounded completely different. Like the tone of the voice was so weird. And I think I forgot to bring that one up actually.
No worries.
And then second of all, the image selection really has gotten really, really better as time has went on. From what I've noticed, like especially when you guys have made like updates to the pacing, the images do a way better job correlating with what's being said at that certain at that certain time. So late, like as of lately, especially having to like reselect an image wouldn't even be a possibility now. Like I think it's getting to a point to where it's getting really spot on with its pictures, especially.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. And then
Yeah.
just for clarity, we haven't even like we've been so busy. We're obviously collecting, all the data and the outputs, and we're reevaluating, but we haven't even fine-tuned the models yet. So once they're fine-tuned, the images will be even better. And we also mentioned in the future, in the coming months, we're doing an image migration for the API we're running, and that's going to increase the quality of images as well. So you can expect. And what's cool about what you've been a part of this since the beginning, and I'm sure you can remember in the beginning with the beta when there would be images on screen for like 15 seconds at a time. So like
Oh yeah.
it's probably cool to see like the progression, and you have like such a unique perspective because you're seeing all of these little changes, and
Mm-hmm.
and really how they're affecting your engagement, right? And that's something we could talk about. I mean, obviously you've seen a lot of success on YouTube, more than most people would even see if they spent a year on trying to understand content creation. Like you've literally done a speed run to almost 500 subs. So maybe
Yeah,
even
I've already doubled my subscribers for my other account that I worked on for a year.
say that again.
I've already doubled my subscribers on an account that I've worked on for over a year on YouTube.
Yeah, and how long have you been on this account? Like a month and a half, maybe?
I'd say not even a month and a week.
Well, that's
There
pretty
you have it, folks.
ends
That's
this.
funny.
Nah, bro, that's crazy.
No,
Yeah,
I've been super happy with the way everything's been going.
yeah, and one thing that's really interesting is like I talked about, it's a step by step process. And right now, what I'm focused on is, and Brennan is, every day we're collaborating and saying, what are the main problems we need to solve? And, the thing we're grateful for you being in the beta and all these other beta testers is, as you're aware, I'm working on all these resources to basically say, if I have zero clue of how to do anything, like how do I get started? So that's been really great. And, one of those resources in the coming months or less will be actually how to monetize, because I want to go through every single step of the process. And you're already at a point where you're like essentially ready to monetize. It's just a matter of keeping the engagement, and then the product's going to get better. You're going to get more engagement. And
Hmm.
then, we've talked about this. You're going to be a key example of someone who started from zero, because to my understanding, you've done some kind of faceless content, but nothing in this capacity, right?
Nothing like this. No.
Yeah, so I mean, you're a prime example of someone who's had zero experience in this content creation style. Same thing with Joshua, right? 20 years old. He just
Hmm.
anime. He has 500, I think 25 subs. And it's like that's been the goal all along, is like, how do we provide an opportunity for people to base, because you like cracked the framework, bro. Like, especially once we plug in monetization for you and having a product in your platform, something to sell. um you already, like, you could probably recreate this process and have multiple accounts, and at that point you're essentially just printing money, for lack of a better word. So that's like our goal, is as we move forward, the product gets better, we start to, or myself, I start to kind of provide those resources on how you can really monetize. I think that's going to be a really cool conversation we have in the future.
Yeah, and the way I really just figured all of it out too is just all I did was research on other niches and see what other people did. That's all I did. I didn't come up on this like with this on my own.
Yeah, and I that's actually something that I'm working on right now, is as I go through the caption framework, right? I'm sure you
Mm.
saw there's, if for those who don't have context, so Chase, that's his real name. So Chase creates videos about like random facts, and I'm sure you guys have seen similar content like random facts on YouTube Shorts. And his account's popping off, 5 to 10,000 views a video, kind of on average, some below that, but for the majority, he's really hitting it hard. And I'm working on this captions framework, and the thing I'm realizing is, like, as I'm evaluating similar accounts to yours, I'm like, oh, this is probably what he did. Like, he actually just looked at these accounts, because all the top accounts are somewhat similar, but they're a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
But the thing I'm realizing, bro, and why I want to share this with you once I'm done with it and the whole community, is because, like, when you analyze just the captions, there's so many more things to think about in terms of what you can take away from these accounts. And I can see there's little changes that you could make to your content that are going to make the videos perform even higher. So yeah, no,
Yeah,
super
I was
excited.
also gonna say I looked at those accounts you sent to me, and I got a lot of ideas from those too. So that's gonna help a lot too.
Awesome. Well, yeah, yeah, it's been awesome, and there's so many things to look forward to. I'm glad you've been enjoying the beta and getting a lot of value out of it. And yeah, I mean, we talked about this early on, with all the beta testers, but there's going to be this point where it's like the point of no return, where people really start to realize what we built here, because it's just so, not to toot our own horn, but it's just so unique, and it really works. And I think we've worked for 13 months on this, and it's cool to see people like Chase and other beta testers that we're not paying this guy. We're not like holding the gun to his head saying, bro, say this. It's like, you know what I mean. He's just to his experience, and he's open, which is great. We're open about problems we've had, and we're going to continue to have bugs. Videos are going to air out, like, this shit's all going to happen. But we've just really focused on trying to really let the beta testers use it and provide us feedback, and they've been great. And Chase is finding a ton of success, and our commitment to the beta testers and everyone else moving forward is, if you commit yourself to growing a page and use the tool, and you research, because nothing is given, everything is earned. We're not going to sit up here and say you don't have to do any work and you can just blow up with OSSA. It's just not realistic. But if you're like someone like Chase, who's committed and dedicated and consistent, you know, he's a prime example of what this opportunity could mean for people all around the world. Because it's not like Chase, viral influencer with millions of followers, who has scaled multiple faceless pages and has tens of thousands of dollars he's making through an online business. He's had some success through his content, but it's the person that he is. And I think that's the biggest thing, is like, OSSA is not going to do everything for you, but if you commit, if like anything in social media, if you commit yourself, there's a massive opportunity here for millions of people. So yeah, Chase, appreciate you coming up, man.
Yeah, thank you, and also very well said.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Cool. Brennan.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't think there's too much more to cover other than the fact that we go to market on February 1st of formally, which is just so exciting for us. And that opportunity is going to be available for 150 people. And if you've been listening to the space, this is probably the most important part. Because if I had to guess, you do want to get access to OSSA.AI. And what you need to understand is we have a wait list, and the people on the wait list get a 4-hour head start to get a shot at one of those 150 spots. So in order to join the wait list, go to the official OSSA.AI account, go to the link in the bio, or just go to your browser or Google and type in OSSA, OSSA.AI, and click the join the waitlist button, fill out the form, get on the waitlist. We'll send you an email and a text 4 hours before the official public early access announcement. And aside from that, every Friday we send super valuable emails that are just packed with hard work that Cole and myself put into to make sure that those emails are incredibly valuable. So if you want an opportunity to get access to OSSA.AI in our initial early access phase on February 1st, and you want to be one of those 150 people, make sure you are on the wait list, because that wait list is filling up where, there's a lot of people on the wait list. And so the way we look at it is the likelihood of the early access selling out from the waitlist alone is extremely high. So your opportunity to get early access to OSSA.AI at a price that will never be seen again is by being on the waitlist. So go to OSSA.AI or the link in the OSSA.AI bio and go ahead and join the waitlist. Other than that, Cole, I think that's pretty much everything for today.
Yeah, I think that wraps it up. Thank you guys for all coming out. We do these twice a week on Wednesdays, 8 a.m. PST, 11 a.m. Eastern, and on Saturday at 8 a.m. PST, 11 a.m. Eastern. Also, if you guys haven't joined the Discord, you can do so by also going after you go to the website and you join the wait list. There's a button at the top that says Discord. Come join the Discord. We're always doing stage calls. I have one this Friday where I'm going to be going over the viral captions framework. Also, make sure to check out all the OSSA.AI posts and my posts, Cole World up here, because we've been giving out tons of free game on how to create, short form faceless content. If there's anything you could do right now, the best thing you could do leading up to this early access is try and educate yourself as much as possible on how to actually create a niche, which is something I go over, how to write really good scripts, copywriting, which is something I go over in these resources that we're giving out, how to actually create captions, how to choose sounds. These are all micro skills that are necessary in order to succeed on social media. Things that a lot of these paid discords and a lot of these courses don't really market, because, to be honest, it's a little bit more boring. But if you actually want to succeed and you want to eventually monetize and create a business through social media, all these micro skills are necessary. No one's gonna copyright for you unless you want to pay someone. Like, that's a whole nother conversation. So these, in order for you to succeed through OSSA.AI, there's prerequisites, right? Like anything. And I think that's okay. So the biggest advice I could have is take some time to work on yourself, develop these skills, right? Skills can't be taxed, right, by the government. It's the only thing that are not taxable, and they're compounding. So I would focus on garnering skills of creating short form content. If you plan to use OSSA.AI, really dedicate some time to learning these things. I have recordings and lessons that I'm giving out personally. I have 7 million followers, 4 billion plus short form views. I'm not charging a dollar. So please take advantage of this opportunity. I promise you, if you take some time to go and work on yourself and learn these skills, they're going to pay massive dividends, because OSSA.AI, even if you don't use OSSA.AI, and you want to create short form content, personal brand, all these concepts apply. And, moving forward, Brennan's talked about this. Attention is the new oil. This is what Alex Ramosi says as well. I'm sure you guys all know him, and it's very true. It's becoming more and more expensive to market things. Paid ads are more expensive. It's a lot more difficult to garner attention. The skill of getting attention is the highest value skill in the world right now. So I'm trying to help you guys realize that skill through all the frameworks I've garnered over the past half decade. So please, please, there's one ask I have: take advantage of everything we're giving out, because most people would charge a lot of money for this, but I'm not a big believer in gatekeeping information and charging people for it, because once they do, they just leave anyway. So it's like, for me, that's not a sustainable business model. I would rather build a tool that allows people to utilize their creativity and actually create the content, as opposed to having like something paid that's like, well, pay this and I'll give you information, when it's like you can really, you know, once you find the information, you're gone. So it's like, it doesn't make sense to me. But that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, guys, it's been great. Appreciate everybody coming out.
Yeah, for sure. I would just second that. Appreciate you all for coming out. And just to add some context into the quality of the content that Cole is writing and putting out for everybody, it is next level. I mean, there comes this stigma with free information that it's not as valuable as the information that you might buy. And I can tell you, you'd be sadly mistaken if if that's your outlook on it. The quality of the content is next level. I mean, it is absolutely insane. He is spending so much time to make sure that these resources are absolutely perfect for people. And the people that are absorbing all the resources are DMing the main OSSA account like, bro, this is changing my life. Like, thank you so much for this. I can't believe you're giving this all away for free. We had a Discord call the other day, and somebody had said, I don't remember the exact quote, but it was something along the lines of, I've been in a lot of Discord calls, paid Discord calls, and I've never had a call anywhere close to this. And that's the value that we're giving out on X for free. We're giving out to everybody for free, and we're giving out exclusive things to the people on our wait list for free. So go over, join the wait list in order to get access to early access for OSSA AI and to get that free value delivered straight to your inbox. Appreciate you all.
Thanks, guys.